Okay, so I don't know what happened. Always some interesting things. What's up, Brother Williams? Always, always some interesting things going on. So I had to turn my phone all the way off. Uh, but either way, the ultimate point is this: all of us are dealing with some type of trauma. Now, and all of us are suffering, okay? Whether we want to acknowledge it or not. Now, what I've been learning is what's more important than being able to prevent suffering. And with peace, brother, or sister, I don't know, Justine. Um, the thing about it is, you don't want to suffer just uselessly. So I don't want to misrepresent myself as saying that just run out here and look for a wall to run into. You know, and if you've been listening and listen to the context within which I've been speaking, you should that should be clear what I mean. Um, what I mean by suffering is that something's always gonna happen in life, you know, and what I've been learning is to try to temper my response to it. And my master teachers this year, I tell you who my number one master teachers have been. Um, they've been my wife and they've been my children. And this just with my children first, your children are going to teach you, are going to show you, first of all, where you are weak at. Um, and most of the times, what children would do is highlight your weakness in the area of patience, especially very young children. No, children, period, just in different ways. But children will show you how far you need to go in the department of patience. And that's part of the value of children is they teach you how to develop it. You know why? Because you don't have no damn choice. Children will rain on your parade every chance they get. Oh, I was planning on this morning, I was going to get up early and I was going to have me a cup of coffee and I was going to watch the news or whatever. I was going to read the paper. I was da 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 da. You know, they decide all of a sudden, I'm going to get up an hour and a half early this morning. So all of your little plans you had that you thought you were going to do are now out the window. Now, we can look at it as that's why I don't want no damn kids. You got that avenue of thinking. And most people like that, you'll find they're very selfish. You know, there's a value to having children and learning from having children because it'll show you how fucking selfish you are. And I'm selfish. I'm a selfish motherfucker. Make no bones about that. Um, and It takes you having the right type of mate or spouse, because if you constantly see that your spouse is selfless, and if you have an inkling of self-awareness, you're gonna start noticing how fucking selfish you are. Just as much as I dish, I have to take a big heaping spoon of my own sour. I'm selfish, you know. Um, so a good spouse or mate will show you that, and your children will show you how selfish you are. But so when I say suffering, I'm not talking about it's got to be something horrific like you know. I was just walking down the street and a light fell on my head and split my head in two. No, we don't have to be nothing. Just basic things that may annoy you or bother you or upset you. Or, you know, that's a form of suffering, okay? Because when you're upset and bothered, your hormones begin to rage, okay? And that can then cause havoc on the rest of your body. So that's suffering. Anything that can keep you upset. Now, after a while, what you have to learn as a parent is that I have to learn how to adjust to the nature of children, of my children. So, a remedy for hypermasculinity, especially for men, is to understand what your woman has to go through. Real shit, man. Real shit. How many of y'all have taken care of your children for a whole day? Peace, Erica. Yeah, we back. How many of y'all have taken care of your children? This is for the men. For just a day, to see what your wife or your woman, what she goes through. How she can hardly sit down and use the bathroom. How she struggles to get a bite to eat, you know, because the children are demanding. They're demanding. They ain't going nowhere, you know. So I hear a lot of people talk about abstract things, you know. I hear so many people say, do the work, and heart shot. But I don't hear many people tell, well, how? How? Normally what it is contact me and I got something to sell you and I'll help you. Well, guess what? I don't have shit to sell your ass about doing no fucking heart chakra work. I'm telling you something, some practical shit. Learn some fucking humility. Learn some empathy and learn some goddamn sympathy. That's heart chakra work. Think about how the next person feels. That's fucking heart chakra work. All these stupid ass damn, and I'm a big time reader, so I ain't gonna never shit on reading, but I also know how to vet out shit. I know how to separate the wheat from the tare. A lot of this shit is just bullshit, man. A lot of this shit is simple that your grandmama taught you. Treat your neighbor like you want to be treated. You know, it's so many people who just miss the boat on that simple thing. Basic fucking kindness. How can you be so fucking deep and know every damn thing and just be an asshole in every aspect of how? This shit ain't complicated. And there's no such thing as I'm supposed to be a loser in this aspect of my life to prove that I'm more elevated than this other. That's bullshit. That's a cop-out. So everything I'm saying is things I've had to look at myself about. Because as I say, none of us has it all worked out and figured out. Bullshit. And it's best to come to that realization. Let me say this shit right here. I want you to lean into your whatever your interface is that you are hearing this message from. I want you to lean in on this shit right here. Hear me out. The quicker that you can learn some fucking humility, the less suffering or intense suffering that you have to endure. Because here's what happens. Everything's working on an ebb and flow, cause and effect basis in this world. The more you try to deny the fact that you don't have control over everything in your life, man, listen to me. That means more shit needs to happen to teach you. There's no malice when it comes to this energy. It's all about filling a void. So if you have a void in the area of understanding basic humility, well, guess what? Life, unfeeling, unfettered, no agenda. It just does this because obviously your motherfucking ass ain't learned this shit yet. I want to be humble with the little shit that I've had to deal with. You know, this was something growing. Let me tell you something about wisdom. Wisdom sometimes is learning how to watch other people fuck up so you don't fuck up. Please believe that shit. So when I was little, our father was a man who didn't just beat you, but he would slap the shit out of you. Slap you. 8 years old. Slap your motherfucking ass. My brothers can attest to this. Now, one thing that everybody used to say to me is, well, boo, you ain't get all the whoopings. My counter argument will always be, motherfucker, I ain't do the shit y'all did. When I was in the second grade, and I was not in my mama's classroom like I was supposed to be after school, and I was in Sharif Allen's, his mama's classroom, playing with G.I. Joes, and my daddy couldn't find me nowhere in the school, and he was panicked. When he found me, he slapped the shit out of me. Whole left side of my face. You know, that feeling like, that's what it sounded like. I was never not where I was supposed to be, ever again. Never. So, the moral to the story is, you're supposed to learn from your suffering. Suffering is not supposed to endure forever. You're just supposed to endure the suffering to get what you need to get out of it. It's the essence. You squeeze that lemon. That lemon is being punished when it is being squeezed, but it's to get the juice out of it, to extract it. So I want you to, and don't be a conscious snob and say you can't go and look at a goddamn Bible verse. You go to Luke chapter 21, verse 19. Luke 21 and 19. And it talks about, I'm paraphrasing, it says that you will gain your soul through endurance. And endurance is another word for suffering. You will gain your soul through endurance. Endurance. Hypermasculinity is all about look at me now. You know, Jay-Z got an old line in one of his old songs. He said, the song is, I think it's Imaginary Player. You got show dough, little to no dough. And he said another line, he said, you got flash now, time with reveal paper. So he's saying, he in the song, he's talking about, you know, these cats who you know, they want to come out with the frames and, You know, they got the jewels and this and that. And you're flashing right now. But he's saying, I got paper. My paper has endurance. And I learned this when I used to try to shoot dice. You go with $200 trying to shoot dice. I remember one night we was on the block and there was a dude named Rashawn. Rashawn had a hat on, like that hat that my man used to wear with kid and play. The dark skinned one. I don't know which one he is. Do he play or is he the kid? Whichever one. The dark skinned one. Rashawn pulled his hat off. He was gambling at first with he had a little small knot. Might have been like $500 maybe. When he started going into that knot, this motherfucker pulled that hat off and pulled about, I know it had to been $5,000 out of his hat. And he's like, all right, motherfucker, it's like, let's go now. You cannot take all of his money when you only came to the dice game with $200. You know why? Because that paper gives him endurance. It gives him endurance. You ain't gonna beat him. I learned that. The purpose of developing your light is not to go around bragging to motherfuckers about, whatever the fuck you want to make up about yourself. That has not a fucking thing to do with it. Your light is so you can endure. What you need to do is when you go to Luke, you need to go from 21 and 10, I think. You need to read the whole, that whole, it's something about, it says things to come. Things to come. You need to read that shit. You need to think about your life when you read it, like, man, there's a lot of this shit been happening to me. Well, this is why. Oh, and it's not necessarily because something's wrong with you. It's because the greater that light gets, the more suffering you're able to endure. Man, I know it's some hard shit to damn, you know, but that's the purpose. One of the purposes, it's like a symbiotic relationship. You're suffering to build your light, and by building your light, you can suffer. You can endure. When you see the person who has great big muscles, he on swole or whatever, it's not so much a result of him being the strongest person in the world. He has the ability to endure things that maybe you ain't willing to endure. You know, you go and do 10 reps, you're done. Well, he's going to do 10, he's going to pause, and he's going to go back and do 8 more. He's going to stop. He's going to do 5. He's going to keep going and going until he absolutely cannot use that muscle. That's called training to failure. Training to failure. And for a lot of us, we have failed at some point in our life, maybe in childhood, and have stopped trying ever since. And as a result, have only been looking for ways to placate your failure, or ways to justify your failure, or ways to cushion it, to say, oh, it's okay. When really the only thing to do when you fall off of a fucking bike or a motorcycle is get back on that motherfucker and start riding again. A lot of people just need to get back on it, start riding the damn bike again. And don't fear failure. Don't fear it. Don't fear like, oh, am I gonna have to suffer again? Newsflash, you are. I am. We all are. Think how much I bring on myself just by when I get on here and talk. You know, that's a lot of times where I just like, man, I'm not gonna say shit for a few weeks because this shit's prophetic. But then I have to get to a point where you start realizing, look, man, and I've said this before, and I'm gonna say this again, and I know I need to wrap this up, is that the first song I learned as a child in the church was, I went to a church called Tried Stone. That's a hell of a name, man. The Tried Stone. And one Saturday, my mama and daddy took me over they called it the little church because it was the first one that they were in. It was a little cinder block building on I can't remember the Beaumont. I can't remember the name of the street that it was on. And I used to love to play the bongos. So I had my own little set of bongos I took, and we was listening to the choir practice. Okay, I'm around at this time. I'm about 3 years old. So this is probably like 1980 or so. I remember like it was yesterday. I had a Mickey Mouse watch on, and I was really excited about my little Mickey Mouse watch. But the choir is practicing a song, and it goes, I don't feel no ways tired. I've come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, but I don't believe he brought me this far to leave. So understand that when you think you are suffering, you are not suffering alone, because the divine, the source, the all in all is you suffering. It is suffering through you. So even God has humility. How dare us not have fucking humility? Before shit gets out of hand, I always try to check myself before I wreck myself. Hey, it's Brother Jamal, mastersofthecosmos.com. And especially now, if never ever, make sure you stay down until you get up. And when you get up, stay down. Look, on the website, my book is available. It's $29.99. After today, my book is gonna be $100, and I don't care if not a soul buys it. But one thing is that you have to delineate who you are in the marketplace. I'm a trained writer. Okay, I'm a lifelong writer, and I'm a trained writer. And I provided a scholarly, and here's the thing. I think I need to explain how to use the book. What you need to know how to use it. The back of the book is, the whole book has a lot of stuff, but the back of the book is something. A lot of keys are in the back of the book, in the appendix, if you know how to use it. If you just look at it, so I don't know if people know how to use it, so I'm gonna that's one of my goals for early in the new year, is to set up like a little workshop, just kind of explain some things. And here, okay, I gotta say this. I'm not a lecturer. I'm not a preacher. I'm a teacher. And I'm a student. I really, if you are really open to learning, then you're welcome to become a member of the adepts on the website. And here's the thing. I'm not no guru. I'm not no master. I'm not going to show you no magic tricks. I only show you what you are, and show you and share. That's like there's a lady I know named Sister Zeta. She always refers to these things as shares. That was a good share, brother. Share. And I really like that terminology because I'm more of a student than anything. And what does a student do? Share what he or she has learned. Okay? And that's all I'm doing. I labor about these things, and I really enjoy it, and it's my passion. So I look for people to align with people like that. I'm not looking for people to come and look at me. I'm not looking for no fucking attention. And I'm not scouting. And let me just look. Let me just be completely honest. And this got to, I wasn't gonna say this, but this got to be brought up. This got to be said. This is the end of the year. We need to keep it all the way real. A lot of times, I'm gonna say this to women. A lot of times, men are trying to present themselves as being something like they're out on this quest to protect women, namely black women. And because it sounds good, it can pull you in, and you're like, I want to join this quest. He wants to protect me. Can I just be honest with you? Can I just keep it real with you? That's some motherfucking bullshit. That's some fucking bullshit. You know why? And any woman who's with a man who goes out and tries to put out this image of I'm looking at, she should slap the shit out this motherfucker. Because you know the women you need to be fucking protecting is your woman, your mama, and your offsprings. That's it. So when a motherfucker say that shit, it's a game. It's a game. He's either looking to fleece your pockets or get in your drawers or both. Understand that. Now, on the flip side, if a man is not trying to do that and he's actually just is what he say he is as marketed, don't be the person who has some fucking ulterior motive. Because you see a lot of people who online, and it's a lot of shit about people getting scammed, or this person just trying to get in my drawers, this and that. Well, you have to ask yourself, are you attracting certain energy? Are you attracting certain energy because maybe your intentions ain't fucking right? I have been around the world. I have been around the world. There is not too much more mystery to me about another woman. It's not. So I want to make this clear. I'm not trying to run a game where I put myself out here as this, and then secretly behind the scene I'm trying to, that's why I don't have no fucking Facebook. I don't have, I got an Instagram, but I don't have shit on there. I'm not trying to secretly scout to pick up on the women. And you ought to fucking respect that. Like I say, is there anybody real left? I have discovered that sometimes people want you to show that, oh, I knew he wasn't about shit. I knew it was all just a front. I knew it. But maybe what? And then sometimes dislike you because it's proven that no, he is as advertised. Why do I bring that up? And I'm gonna go on and say this. I'm gonna tell you, because I think this is fucked up. Somebody emailed me and said I didn't give them a product that they paid for. And it didn't make no fucking sense to me. You say I ordered a book and then I didn't get my phone session. Now I ain't never advertised that you gonna buy a goddamn book from me and then I'm gonna sit on the fucking phone with you for 30 minutes. I've never advertised no shit for that. And I always know who done bought what. Because all you gotta do is go back through your email and it tells me every time I get a customer order. So I say, look, let's be clear. I don't false advertise. And if person emails me right back and say, oh, I'm sorry, I falsely accused you. It's just, Now, and then send me a fucking picture. So this is what it tells me. See, that might seem harmless to you. But let me tell you why that's a terroristic act. Because for me, I take it in. I take it an onus upon myself. I don't want nobody to feel like I'm trying to rip them off. Never want them to feel like, I email people, apologize, tell them I'm sorry, I haven't been able. I don't want you to feel like here's another nigga. You give him some money, and then I am not gonna fulfill that stereotype. So I want to make sure I try to keep things on the up and up. So when somebody emails me and say that I didn't deliver something, guess what? Already there's a hormonal reaction in me. I'm already like, man, you slipping. Damn. I done took somebody's. I go back, I don't have no record of this shit. But you think that's okay. Cause obviously all you was just looking to see if I was gonna respond and then sent me some motherfucking picture. I'm not on here scouting for no motherfucking pussy. Let me make this motherfucking shit clear. My time is valuable. I'm a fucking family man. And if I'm going to fuck, you better believe I'm gonna fuck up. I'm not fucking down. God damn it. Somebody needs to be the motherfucker who tells some truth at some fucking time. So I don't fucking care who don't like it. It's goddamn, get some of this sour. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. And you got on all this fucking, this how I'm telling you, man. I'm tired of these motherfuckers got all the goddamn names, got all the image of being conscious and fucking bullshit. This is the new fucking version of Christianity. It's a fucking joke. This is the new church. So if I be a piece of shit ass nigga and I want to go around here and I try to fuck everybody and try to make it like I'm this and I'm that, then it's just like, oh well, he's just another one. And then at some point somebody's gonna be a victim. Oh, I've got these text messages from Jamal and he was just he's been harassing me. No, I'm not gonna be that nigga. As my grandmama say, you ain't gonna put me in no motherfucking trick. So I'm gonna put this out as a mass message. Cause the next time, don't call my motherfucking phone with no bullshit. And don't email me with no motherfucking bullshit. As A.A. Rashid say, sock it to my motherfucking pocket. My daddy taught me a long time ago. My daddy used to take pictures, and he said he would go to a woman, and she wants some pictures done, and she gonna try to, what's the word? Proposition them. I'm saying it nicely. She gonna try to proposition them. And he told me, he say, son, I knew I had 4 kids at the house, and this is his words. I can't set no pussy up on the register at Ingles and pay for no groceries. So he said, I told her, darling, I'm gonna need you to pay me. It's Brother Jamal, mastersofthecosmos.com.